everybody, and welcome to Wounded Healer Tarot. My name is James, and I'll be doing a reading today. This particular reading is for the sign of Aries. I myself am an Aries. Now, this will be a general reading for all Aries. I'm going to take a look at what energy is currently influencing you, what energy you're currently embodying, and then what you need to know at this current point in time. Alright, I'll be using the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck here to take a look at what energy is currently influencing you. Alright, let's see. What energy is currently influencing Aries? Okay. Jeez, you got a lot going on here, Aries. Alright, so first here we have the gem. This is the one that flew out and hit the floor. And then we have the maiden. And the river. I will further discuss the cards and read from them after I have everything out here on the table. Alright. Now I'll be using the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck for what energy you are currently, embodying. Alright, so for that, you got the Dolphin, which is a card that I'm not entirely familiar with here, but like I said, I'll be reading from the book for the things that I am not familiar with. Alright, now 3 cards for what Aries needs to know at this current point in time. First one out, Daughter of Swords. Let's see, what else does Aries need to know at this current point in time? Oh, okay. Alright, so we have the 9 of Wands. And Death. Alright, this is very interesting. At the bottom of the tarot deck here, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Star, which kind of gives me the vibe that, you know, there may be an offer coming around that changes your perception on a situation here. You know, you may be realizing that maybe something actually is meant for you, or somebody actually is meant for you. This sort of like with the Star, I get like that wish come true type of vibe. Alright, so here with the gem, the maiden, and the river, it's like I get the vibe that you're really seeing what makes you unique, what makes you you, what makes you stand out as the gem that you are. And with the maiden, it could possibly be that you're like appreciating these more like softer, more feminine aspects of yourself. Now, if you're like a more masculine energy, that's something that might take a little work to appreciate. But, you know, it can also be difficult for some women as well to really accept that softness and, see it as more of a superpower than like a something negative or like a downside, right? And with the river, I get some sort of like cleansing vibe here. Now, as far as like the dolphin, I honestly have no idea. But here with the Daughter of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and Death, I feel like, you're you're really you're at a point in a situation here. I feel like with a particular individual, because with this Daughter of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, it's like I get the vibe that somebody could be watching you, and that's why this offer is going to come in. You know, this could be a situation that you've really worn yourself out with. But with death, I get that there's going to be some sort of transformation here, whether it's within you particularly or in this situation, which, with that Hanged Man energy following that Ace of Pentacles, I feel like whatever that change is going to bring in this offer, and that's going to really, this transformation that you go through is what you need so that you can see this situation from a different angle and you better understand it. Maybe you better understand a particular individual. Now, to get into the book here for the gem. Let's see. The gem, the diamond, the gold, the inner treasure. There are infinite names for the gem. It is also known as the jewel, the star, the talent, the gift, the gold. One thing for certain is that it is found deep within a substance that is very much unlike it. For example, a diamond in the rough. The gem always stands in contrast to its surroundings. You can't find it when you are among comforts and pleasantries. Precious stones develop slowly deep in the earth amid pressure and darkness. Discovering the gem requires a descent beneath the surface, where there is no definitive map. Yet, the longing to touch the true gem within us is so strong that we cannot help but seek out its radiance. Your gem, like your destiny, is unlike any other in the entire world. Keep digging. Now, one thing I will say, and if this resonates for you, I definitely suggest taking a look at the collective reading, which I did right before this, because a part of that was the archetypes card that was in that one was the shadow, which I feel like is very connected here to this card. Especially where it says, precious stones develop slowly deep in the earth amid pressure and darkness. Discovering the gem requires a descent beneath the surface where there is no definitive map. Now, the moments of your life that glimmer are clues to where the gem resides. Don't covet the sparkling diamond of another gem. Don't covet the sparkling diamond of another. The gem is like a fingerprint, never to be repeated again. Find yours. Now on the other side here, in mythology, the diamond is often linked to the diamond, or inner light, that leads us toward our true self, our purpose, our destiny. I mean, there's definitely some sort of inner work here that is like going to be the catalyst to you really, realizing these things that are so unique about yourself. And that within turn can also, hell yeah, so this Ace of Pentacles here, I feel like this is a part of your destiny. Once you go through this transformation here, that is going to energetically call in this offer that's going to cause your perception of a particular situation to change here. Now that may bring in some conflict here. This could really bring up some unpleasant things and create a tower, or rather a tower moment. But at the end of the day, with the Ace of Cups, this is meant to bring you, to a point where you realize you need to fill up your own cup. You need to focus on yourself so that you can do the things that you need to do, the things that you are meant to do. Because with the Eight of Cups following that, with the Sun, it's, this to me is, speaking to you having to leave behind, or rather not leave behind, but, really dig deep and figure out what really lights you up. What really makes you happy. What brings you true, genuine joy. And that is how you figure out how to fill up your own cup. Alright, now for the Maiden. Let's see. Interesting. So that last card was on page 177, and this card is on page 77. So sevens could definitely be of significance, whether it's 777, 777. Alright, the Maiden. The Virgin, the Princess, the Innocent. The Maiden archetype is the epitome of innocent arousal, naive sensuality, and precarious purity. She is compelling and addictive because of her flawless and youthful glow. She's the first archetype in the trifecta of Maiden, Mother, Crone, and rightfully so, because she has oh so much to learn. The Maiden is perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way and subject her to a challenge that leads to the next phase of womanhood. She must grow up, yet hesitates at the threshold, enamored by the charms of youth. The Maiden represents the side of us that is riveted and curious, drawn to shadowy forests, dark nights, KNIGTS. And I lost my spot. Drawn to shadowy forests, dark nights, and taking just one taste of poisonous fruit. Her magic is edgy and includes both shame and delight. Let yourself fall down the rabbit hole, young one. Moving from the Maiden to the Mother is challenging, often leaving unresolved tensions between the two archetypes for years, if not a lifetime. Do you long to be rescued by another, or receive a kiss that brings you back to life? Be wary of waiting for a prince. Break the spell of your own life. Yeah, this to me speaks of a sort of, independence, right? Speaking about, the Maiden is perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way and subject her to a challenge that leads to the next phase of womanhood. She must grow up, yet hesitates at the threshold, enamored by the charms of youth. The Maiden represents the side of us that is riveted and curious, drawn to shadowy forests, dark nights, and taking just one taste of poisonous fruit. I feel like, this is sort of what you're essentially, I feel like this is a part of this transformation here that you're going to go through, going from Maiden to Mother, right? Because it's been a very long and arduous road. Now, with this daughter, aka Page of Swords, this to me really speaks of learning and understanding. Gaining the tools, the knowledge, the insight here to make it to the end of this road and through this transformation. Alright, then lastly here we have the river. The stream, the flow, the current. There is a reason so many rituals of change and rebirth take place in the river. It is forgiveness embodied in physical form. Without asking anything in return, the river washes away what is no longer necessary, smoothing over sharp edges and accepting all our mistakes and grievances. Once we step in, we are no longer in control. The river carries us farther down the stream of transformation than we plan to go. Its waters have a special gift for reflecting back to us a new and dreamlike vision. Once the tears have passed, we see ourselves as we haven't before, with a little more lightness, grace, and fluidity. Keep in mind the you that stands within the river is the real you, full of deep emotion and potential. Nothing to hide, nothing to judge. May you drink in the sight of your true self. You can only resist the river for so long. Eventually, it will pull you towards change, so you may as well get in with style and grace. The river is emotion. When you are in its current, you will know it by the bursting forth of tears, laughter, song, despair. All the emotions flow in its current. Yeah, you see, to me, right, this is speaking of like that sort of like acceptance in a sense, right? Moving through that maiden energy with grace, allowing yourself to fuck up. And at the end of the day, at the end of this road, this journey, forgiving yourself for the things that you did while you were in that maiden energy, right? Because when you get to this, like, to the river here, this is a time of reflection, which to me is really spoken about in that Eight of Cups from earlier. The Eight of Cups that followed that Ace of Cups and came before the Sun. In order to really figure out and find those parts about yourself that make you truly unique, you really have to go through the motions here. You have to really take the time with yourself, right? Usually when people are in a state of reflection, they're in that hermit energy where they just they're usually by themselves. They're not going to go out much. Because you're doing that inner work, you need to do it in a place where you feel safe. So most people will stay inside, stay at home. But this is a place where, or rather, this is a point in time where you're going to, find forgiveness. This is where you accept every part of you, the good and the bad. That maiden energy. Whereas it's a natural part of the journey. It's not perfect. You're not going to be perfect in that maiden energy. You're going to make mistakes. I feel like this is really, a part of accepting yourself as a whole. And as you accept yourself, it's like you're sort of finding yourself at the same time. Now, I'm really curious what this dolphin energy is. So, let's see. Alright, come on. How did I miss the dolphin? Where is it? Okay, here we go. Dolphin. Innately intelligent, healer, light, blessings. Definitely take a look at the collective if you have not already, because another part of that was, realizing, or rather, stepping into the energy of a healer. Okay, so back to the card. The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. These creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming in contact with a dolphin type will change the entire course of your day, and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on the way. I mean, hello. And then with the star, and then the sun further deep into the deck there. I mean, blessings on blessings on blessings. Hello. But yeah, this is definitely all about, right, this is a period of change for you. You're going through a really deep transformation here. And you are probably just going to, like, as you're seeing this, realize that, that's the path that you've been on. Let's focus. Come on. Yeah, you're gonna realize, what this has been about, essentially, And I feel like this Daughter of Swords really is speaking to, like, learning more about spirituality, right? Going deep, as you go deeper through this whole process, you're going to be learning about spirituality. And this, to me, is really sort of like representative of your journey. On the other side of that door is the transformation that is necessary to bring you to the version of yourself that is able to handle this offer. I feel like you're definitely, like, this Ace of Pentacles could very much so be representative of a manifestation materializing. And then, that changing your perspective here on your spiritual journey. And then, the star, to me, is definitely a representative of, the way that this, like, offer is going to make you feel. Like, you are going to feel so blessed to have this, that opportunity, that offer, that, it could even be, feeling grateful for your spiritual journey, for, experiencing what you did up until this point, and that, without learning what you did here on this spiritual journey, without that, you wouldn't have the awareness to be grateful. And, that could partly be because you're probably somebody who has been through a lot of dark shit. And so, like, your outlook here on things isn't usually so bright. But I definitely see that changing. Like, this right here is, like, not only are you going deeper on your spiritual journey, but you're also going deeper within yourself, and that's a part of it. A lot of people don't realize that the spiritual journey, yes, it's a spiritual journey, but you are a spirit, right? You are connected to the universe on a deeper level, which is why you're here, right? Doing this, watching this, finding interest in these things, I feel like a lot of good things are going to start happening for you here. And you're going to understand a lot of things a lot deeper. It's like how they say, you can only meet others as deeply as you can meet yourself. Well, this is why your perspective is about to change about a particular person or a particular situation here. This transformation is going to benefit you in so many ways. All right, Aries, these are the messages that I have for you today, and I do hope they serve you well. Be gentle with yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.